Miami, 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 Miami,
Miami,
Miami, Miami, Miami, Miami, Miami, Miami. It feel like Miami.
Welcome. It's the Miami Heat Beast Postgame show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas. And with me today, we have Pablo, the intern. Pablo's muted. We're off to a fantastic start.
Hey guys.
Hey,
What's up,
guys.
G?
Hey, what's up, Pablo? How you doing?
Tired of the bullshit. How about you?
You know, not too good. We promised you guys a makeup for the post game that we missed on Wednesday. Normally, we don't do shows on weekends, especially Art Basel weekend. I didn't go to a party for this, and we were gifted. Is there a dog in the background, Pablo?
Yeah, that's my dog. She's barking.
You gotta tell your dog.
Yeah.
She has more dog in her than the Heat do. Yeah. So that's Pablo's dog. Barks in the background as I mute him. Remember to unmute when you talk. Incredibly frustrating on a night where it looked like they had an offensive life to them that is always exciting to see at home. They come out incredibly flat the second half. The process was bad. Jimmy didn't show up. I mean, your bench, basically Kevin and Josh had to like bail you out constantly. Only reason that they were in that game were those two guys. And Pablo, we'll get into the defense in a second, but you know, on a night where you don't have Bam, obviously Tyler's extended absence, you know, Duncan plays his worst game of the season.
Yeah.
Jimmy just complete and utter no-show. Did he have 3 field goals?
Like, he went 5 for 15.
It's crazy. Like, that's bad. Jimmy somehow finagled 16 points out of that and was just bad. -5, Caleb -18, Orlando -18, Duncan -25,
Jesus.
Lowry -8. The bench guys were all positive. Kevin, Josh, and Jaquez.
They're the only positive from the game, if we're being honest.
They played 8. They played 8 men today, which is a funny rotation. Chat says, "Does someone get Alf in here?" Listen, Alf's out enjoying Art Basel. I don't know. You know, I should be out there enjoying Art Basel, but I'm here. Going tomorrow.
You stayed. The passion.
Going tomorrow. But yeah, man, Pablo, it's just I don't even know who you want to start with. I'm just annoyed. I'm frustrated.
I'm watching the game. I thought we started off promising. It was looking good. Jay Rich was first half, was it 5 for 6 from 3?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just that 43-13 run that Cavaliers did. And most of that was just off dribble penetration, kick out. Like, we were letting players like George Niang score on us and talk shit to us. That's how you know we were down bad. So, like, it's just the defense was horrible. We were getting beat almost every single time by Garland or Donovan Mitchell. And then once we got beat, there was no rotation to the three-point line. And then we had probably the worst version of D Wade just score on us from the corner. So, like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just.
It's annoying. I mean, guys like, you know, their defense just has no bite without Bam. I mean, and tonight's a night that you see it, you know, Orlando is just not that guy defensively. And again, they'll play him at the level. They'll play him drop. They've tried a lot of different things with him. They don't really have a solution for him defensively. I thought the times of the game they were most successful was I don't know how they always have to play it without Bam, you know, just kind of conservative drop coverage, head, you know, show you're big and let the guys on the perimeter make a play. Caleb, you know, Jaquez, Josh all made some incredible defensive plays tonight.
Yeah.
Problem is that like your defense is now in a position where those guys have to constantly do that. You know, there was another possession where Jimmy and Kyle kind of had to make a turnover happen because the guy got beat. And stuff like that is like pretty consistent without Bam and Highsmith. I mean, both those guys are like really your defensive cornerstones along with Jimmy. Yeah. So like those guys not there. Jimmy's just kind of being a no-show. And then on offense, you know, the guys that are getting cooked on defense are not like providing enough on offense. Like, you know, Duncan, just a rough night for him when you really needed him. Apparently, he and Strus can't have a good game against each other now, which is just
it's the
really
mid-off.
funny.
But,
And Chad, I want you guys to chime in on what's bothering you, because I don't know, man. The vibes were fucking horrendous today from the arena. That I don't know. It was just a weird crowd. I don't know if it was Basil. I don't know what the fuck. Weird ass crowd. Even Eric and Crotty were like off.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, Pablo. It just shit felt fucking weird today.
It started like I said. It just started like the game started at that first quarter. It looked promising that we were scoring, we were shooting well, and then it's just like the Cavaliers flipped the switch, and they just started dogging us. And then I think the only three players that had like fight in them was Kevin Love, Kyle Lowry, and Jay Rich. Caleb a little bit like at the end, but Jaime was pretty decent. He was just,
Caleb and Kyle swap places.
But Kyle Lowry, I mean, like how we said on the pod yesterday, his hands were great today. I mean, he was stripping. He was playing great defense. Kevin Love I'm pretty sure he had a double-double tonight off the bench. He had 12 rebounds and 14 points. So like, I feel like Jimmy playing bad, his energy, the energy of him just struggling, kind of just it surrounded the team a little bit, and I think that's why we struggled at the end of the day.
Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of just rancid vibes today. Just let's just says that Orlando is the second best defensive Robinson on the roster. The fact that I think you're right is
100%.
Is damning. It's bad, bro. It's just that's a bad state of affairs.
He's so slow. Orlando. He's so slow laterally. Like he's pretty good at rebounding the ball because he's pretty lanky, but he just doesn't rotate fast enough to be able to sit paint, you know?
He just doesn't, and he should be. I mean, he has the athleticism and everything, but he's just not. And I think defense is more than just trying hard. I think that a lot of people think that. I just think you got to have an aptitude for that, and you either have it or you don't. You know, because even guys that are unathletic can be. I mean, Kevin, I think, is a bad defender, but he's a smart player, and he has that kind of wherewithal that he knows what to do in kind of leverage situations. And I just don't. Orlando, it's not that savvy yet. I mean, he struggled, and it kind of stinks after you kind of have some hope after the Toronto game where you're like, okay, maybe he can kind of build off of that a little bit. Tonight just wasn't that. I said about Jimmy. I guess the good parts are, well, Josh showed you something for some parts of the game. Caleb kind of getting into a little bit of rhythm. Kyle showed you something for a little bit. And to be honest with you, I don't think Kyle played well at all. I know that he had the 17 points and everything.
He led the team.
He did. I wasn't like in love with his game tonight. The one thing I did love was 9 threes. I like that he shot the ball a lot, and I just think he has to do that more. It just wasn't a good shooting night for him. And some of that what is it, 3 for 9? Some of that 3 for 9 was he was under duress at the end of the shot clock. He shot one at the end, and I actually like that he takes those because I think that too many guys try to kind of save their percentage by not taking that. But I think he kind of recognized the kind of state of the game they're in. But I thought Caleb played well. I don't know if Caleb's numbers are going to reflect that, but I liked.
Nah, if you look at the box score, his numbers really don't show.
I like what he gave them today.
Yeah,
he and Jaquez gave him something.
Jaquez played. I mean, if you look at the numbers, Jaquez 7 for 13, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Just what killed us today were the turnovers. I mean, Duncan Robinson having 6 turnovers and 1 point, and only having 1 assist, when normally he's pretty good at keeping the ball safe and he assists. It just killed us. I mean, everything just went wrong for the Heat. The Cavs are playing great defense. They were playing amazing without Mobley. Like they weren't allowing us to get anything at the rim. And
they were collapsing a lot, like and heavy.
Yeah, and we were shooting, and that leads to open threes, and we couldn't hit the threes. So, like, if we hit a couple more threes, maybe the game goes a little bit different. But it's just, at the end of the day, I think it was just the turnovers that really just ruined the game.
Cleveland was sending almost like Miami kind of help off drives. They sent from the weak side, And that guy at the nail, whoever that was today, was like pretty integral to what Cleveland was doing. And there were a couple plays where like Kyle will get penetration and he'll
Yeah.
do the little Steve Nash probe. And he has 3 or 4 Cavs, kicks it out, and these guys do the second swing, and then a guy misses a 3. And it's like part of that is like, well, what can you do? I think they got to force the issue more. I think if they're not hitting that 3, I think you got to maybe
Draw
take
fouls.
a couple,
Like,
a couple dribbles in. I think you got to get some different kinds of threes, maybe some in rhythm, maybe some off the dribble, whatever these guys feel. It just felt like they just kept pounding what wasn't working in that third quarter, because really in the second quarter, like towards the end.
down.
Yeah, because I mean they had the 11 points in a minute or whatever, which was all fun and games, but then after that they basically were never in the game again. You mentioned the turnovers, the offensive rebounds as well for Cleveland. It was just too much today. And as Kale in chat says, bad work on the boards. 12 Cav offensive rebounds to the Heat 7. I'm surprised the Heat had 7. But you have Cleveland out rebounding them by almost double what Miami had, and then you have the fact that Miami lost the turnover battle. It's just going to be hard to win that. He shoot 36% from 3. Cleveland also, so you didn't even make up ground there. It's just and Pablo, you had Garland with the 4, and he never got another one after that initial.
He stopped attacking. He just look. It was bad when the leading rebounder for the Cavs was Donovan Mitchell, and he had 13 rebounds.
Yeah, 13.
And I think a lot of our rebounding issues does come without Bam. When Bam is on the floor, we get a lot more rebounds as a team, as a unit.
Their defensive rebounding with Bam is very solid. I can't say too much about their offensive rebound, but their defensive rebound is always solid. And
then when you just look at the stats, it's just at halftime we were shooting 9 for 22 from 3. We ended up shooting 6 for 20 the rest of the game. So
Kyle, you makes a great point in chat. Says we're missing Hero as a rebounder too.
Yeah, Hero does rebound. He is great at defending. Like we're a really good defensive rebounding team.
They've always been.
Yeah,
they've always been. It's just they just don't get offensive rebounds. I do think that some more athletic young teams can give them problems. Like even bad rebounding teams that are pretty springy used to give them issues. I remember a show. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. They played Minnesota, and I remember doing the pregame show. And I had Bon and Tiff on, and we were talking. I was like, well, Minnesota's thankfully like a really bad rebounding team.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I don't know, man. Those guys are young, and they're going to fly out of the gym. And they were right, because Miami could not keep the fucking 25th rebounding team off the glass, because Vanderbilt was jumping over people, and it was just embarrassing. Man.
It's just like the obvious stuff that we did wrong. It's just what killed us. It's like not even like there wasn't really. It's not much deep to it. It's just losing turnovers, losing rebounding.
It's so annoying.
It's just there's like something like coaches tell you is that the ones who rebound and win the game. It's like Pat Riley said. I feel like rebounding at the end of the day probably is the most important part of a basketball game. And if you allow a team to get 12 offensive rebounds, I just feel like you're almost always going to lose.
I kind of think that like rebounding has like a diminished value in modern basketball. I think defensive rebound. I think I think it's of course important. I just think that there's ways to offset if you're not a good rebounding team, and there's benefits of being a smaller, more mobile team. It's just different kind of styles of basketball. But on a night like tonight, where you just have nothing else going for you, like you just can't lose a battle like that. I mean, Miami had 37 for the game. Cleveland had 51, bro.
Yes,
you got fucking crushed.
And 13 steals for the Cavaliers and 5 for us. And I don't know, man.
What do steals give you?
And they give you fast break points, easy buckets, and that's what we gave up. Like, yeah, we did get that Caleb Martin pin down, but like we did nothing off of that. Yeah, we brought down the lead to like 10, and then we gave up another two threes after that.
I think the closest the game got after Cleveland had that big run was 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and then they missed
two wide
back
open
to
threes.
back. Yeah, Jaquez in one corner, in the left corner, and Caleb in the right. It's just
It's,
like I knew
and-
that Caleb shot was bad. Like
Yeah.
the second he caught it, I was like, I know it's the right thing to do to shoot it. I don't like it.
It wasn't, especially with how the shots were going for the Heat. We had a chance to make it a 2-possession game, and not even a 1%. Like maybe like drive, take a dribble in, or draw a foul. We were in the bonus already. I'm pretty sure. So it's just, and then we just let like Porter Jr. The Cavaliers got a brand new Porter Jr. that just decided to play good for some reason. Never heard of the guy. 8
Bro,
points. Just
people are saying in chat, let me know when they're healthy. Bam didn't play. I know that, man. And at the end of the day, bro, they gotta fucking win a home game, even if their second best player. And again, their second and third best player is not playing. I don't really want to hear the hero thing because they've looked good without him. And that's just life. But and again, the Bam loss, I wouldn't take from this for playoff film because Bam didn't play. But bro, you have a double. You're in the game and you just give up a 26-2 run or whatever the fuck it was.
43-13 was the
like,
total.
I don't care if Bam's there or not. You have a fucking pride, bro. You know
There
what I
was
mean?
no hustle.
At home, bro. At fucking home, dog. Like, come on, man.
Where was the fight where we went when we were on that like 7 to 8 game win streak? There was none of that tonight.
Those are all bad teams. So again, I'm not like their best win of the season is what? The Lakers? At home?
Maybe. I mean,
The
AD
Hawks?
didn't even play. AD didn't even play that game.
He played.
Pretty sure.
He played
He left.
He
I don't
left
know.
in like the third quarter.
Yeah.
That guy stinks, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sick of him.
And fuck LeBron too.
It's just they don't really have like good wins, bro. And then like we watch them like play Milwaukee tough, and we have a little. I don't know, man. They're weird. I don't think they're bad. I think they're like a good team. I just think that it's a little bit weird right now, and it's just. I'm not gonna say the vibes are off because I don't think the vibes are off, but there's just something. They look happy.
Yeah.
There's just something. I don't really know what it is about them, and I can't put my finger on it, but there's a missing element to it, and I don't know if it's just Jimmy is not all there yet, and that might be it, but they're lacking like that wing scoring that I think that you need to have in the league, and Hawkins gives you some of it, and Jimmy should give you more of it. And I understand that he conserved himself for the playoffs, and I'm not gonna doubt him because I understand his process. It just sucks because they need a little bit more, just because it's weird, bro.
Games.
They have depth, but it's like they don't have scoring depth because like Bam's not like a naturally gifted scorer. I know he didn't play tonight. Like that's never been Kyle. You know what I mean? And then you get to after those, and Tyler's out. And then now you're
Tyler's like our only like pure scorer. When you think about it, Hero really is like who prides himself into scoring like that. But to your point, we have a lot of the wings that just really do the same thing at the end of the day. And I think that's a little bit part of our downfall. Not downfall, but like it's just a little bit a part of the issue when it comes to
redundancy.
Like 99 points in a modern NBA, like
at home.
Like that's what really kills us. We had to. Like, what are you doing? Not scoring 100 points in 2023, and not having a single 20-point game, like a 20-point score tonight. It's just that you need some of that to compete in the NBA now. This isn't. Yeah, gritty basketball is gonna win you some games every now and then, but that's just not what basketball is at right now.
I mean, the second half. I mean, they got bopped 35-23 in that third quarter, and really 36-27 in the second quarter. That's bad.
Yeah,
like, they didn't have a 30-point quarter. You know what I mean? Cleveland had 2 in the middle. That's it was like 71 points in 2 quarters, and Miami just really. Because I mean, 17 in the first quarter and 23 in the fourth quarter, like that's a pretty reasonable kind of thing to hold them to. But it's frustrating. Let's Commissioner says Yogi G would be more upbeat after a loss. He'd be telling us to relax. At the end of the day, guys, I don't really think it like means anything in the grand scheme of things, but it is annoying, that they look bad. And
Feels like it every time too at the same point of the season. Like, that's just we're used to it. I feel like we've never really had a fully healthy like regular season.
I don't want to hear that, bro. Nobody in the NBA is healthy.
Exactly, but like it's just like I don't know why
Cares.
we're not even really surprised. Are we really surprised that like we play like this?
Chat said Yoga G took the reins for a couple seconds there by telling people to relax.
I just feel like it's just I'm really not surprised by this type of game in December.
I'm not either. It doesn't make it any less annoying, and it's just I guess a part of me is just sick of watching it because I've seen this game like a bunch over the last 4 years, and I just don't like it. I just don't like watching it. And Kyle had 17, and I felt nothing. Think about that. Think about how bad the vibes have to be for my GOAT to have 17 points, and me be like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I every time out I flipped to watch a Melee tournament. Like it was bad, bro. It was like at halftime I booted up online. I played a little bit. I was just like, oh, can't sit through a halftime show. Sorry, Ron.
Bro, I was playing some Naruto, man. The new Naruto game. I was just playing while watching. I knew once that second half started, I knew it was over. There's no point in like it. It really made me want to click off once I started seeing all those brick threes we were shooting.
Caliu says, hope when you do baskets for babies, when the reward is G hosting a yoga class on the steps of the arena. I think it would be quite funny if we organize. I do a yoga flow. I think that would be funny. Whether we can get enough people to go to that is up in the air. I do think because I'm not a yoga instructor, it would be a great bit. Me just telling you. Teaching a vinyasa class, get into your vinyasa flow. You know what I mean? Up dog, exhale, down dog. Right leg up, go, all that stuff. But
it's the stretches, man.
The what?
What's up, dog?
Up dog is there's down dog and there's up dog. Up dog is you lie, you kind of do like a little mini push up and like you kind of. I'm not going to demonstrate. It's hard to explain. Google it. I like up dog. Up dog's a great stretch. It's usually you do up dog into down dog. You do like a chat. It's like the vinyasa flow, right? You do the little kind of you plank into like a push up, and then you kind of lift like from your torso up off the ground. Your like legs stay flat on the ground. You're like face down on the mat. Then you lift pretty much from your waist up. And your arms are pushing out. You have that stretch, and then you kind of exhale, and then you kind of from that position you get into down dog. It's quite nice. I like it. Not that anybody is asking for yoga flow stuff, but yeah, that's really was there a joke that sailed over my head? I don't.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, what's up, dog? I get it. Like, oh, what up, dog? Somebody clip that, please.
I was waiting for you.
Got him.
I was waiting for you to fucking notice. That's why.
Oh my god, dude, that was me. I was like fucking mansplaining up dog because I got so excited. I wanted to talk about yoga. Oh my god.
Yo, Leches, bro. This right here will probably be more interested in the Heat game tonight, bro.
No, okay. I don't want to do it. I've done an anime podcast. I don't want to do it. I did think Craig Dillinger saying the joke sailed over G's head like that Jimmy airball. Boy was Jimmy fucking stinky tonight. We live to fight another day. They play who do they play next? They play some bad team next.
Has to be a bad the Hornets.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, I mean, they just beat the Raptors.
That's a Monday night. Listen, nothing says get on the right track like a visit from the Charlotte Hornets. They got 2 games against the Hornets and then 2 games against the Bulls. We're so back, baby. 4-game winning streak on deck. By the way, I want to log this in right now. Jimmy played so bad. Get ready for Monday. Jimmy's probable with fucking back tightness or some shit.
His knee hurts.
I'm telling you. Yeah. It's always, bro, like clockwork. That guy has a fucking game where you wonder, is he like here? And then the safe face, probable injury. I fucking see through you, Mr. Butler. You can do whatever you want, though. He's my goat.
Oh wait, isn't Hero and Bam supposed to play?
That was you got fake Anthony Chang.
That
was a fake Anthony Chang, which congratulations to Anthony Chang for getting a fake.
That's crazy. I thought that was real. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I did too. I said in the chat this morning, and then I said, "Whoop, never mind. Got."
That's what I saw. It. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna come back. We're so back. We're actually so back."
Was in the doctor for my yearly physical, and I saw that, and I was like, "Ooh, this is exciting." And I was like, "Whoop, never mind. Get your physicals, people. Get checked out. Get your blood work done. Make sure that you healthy and shit. If you got insurance, all that."
Facts. The C was crazy. That's what caught me. It was like that. I was like, bro, I could have sworn that was the real thing.
Dude, that's crazy. So the fake Anthony Chang had a C where the O goes. Man,
that's genius.
Man, that's galaxy brain. That's galaxy brain. Yo, my third eye open. Well, guys, we'll see you Monday for Heat Hornets, and enjoy Art Basel weekend. Go do stuff. Go to parties. Go look at art. Have a good time.
Drink the pain away.
If you're not in Miami, I'm so sorry you don't live in the greatest motherfucking city on earth. It's beautiful. It's
only sometimes.
It's 70 degrees out and sunny. It's great. Love you guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Enjoy the weekend.